Well, it's that time of year to pull out that Christmas music and inspire our students. They just love playing pieces like Jingle Bells, but we're going to put a spin on it and make it a lot trickier. But they're going to learn so much from playing Jingle Bells, but using harmonic fingerings. So first we're going to start by just fingering a G, and we're going to form an embouchure for that low G. Make sure that lowest fan is spinning, and we're using a lot of hot air. And then to make our harmonic, which will be it'll sound as a D, we're going to bring our lips forward as if we're going to kiss his red one. So that's very Christmas. We're going from green to red. So we go from Po, P. Just pretend like you're going to kiss that one. So here is our low G. And we're going to bring our lips forward. Now, if someone is getting it just by overblowing, just blowing faster, like that, and they're probably hitting that yellow fan, they're going to get this sound. Probably in the low register also. That terrible hissy sound. Two reasons for that. One is that the air column is way too high. They're blowing straight across the flute. And the second is that they're blowing from inside their mouth, like cool air. No, we don't want to use cool air. We want to use dragon breath. Lots of hot air. So form that embouchures if you're doing that low one with the hot air, but keep that hot air. And now bring your lips a little forward, more space underneath your nose. And I teach this in two different ways. One for a student who's been playing for maybe 6 months, or an intermediate student, and another who's very advanced. And the very advanced one, we're thinking of different, changing the direction of the air by just changing the inside of the mouth. And there's a separate video for that, and I think you'll find it very helpful, especially if it's for people who are working on orchestra excerpts like deafness, something like that. So, but this is a little more basic, but I think it's going to make a huge difference in your tone, and or if you're a teacher, in your students' tone. So that Jingle Bells is where we start, and then we need to go up from a G, fingering a G, to a B flat. Now, that when you're fingering that B flat, you'll be actually playing a third octave F. And if you use a regular one-on-one fingering, that harmonic does not speak very well. So either use the lever key, I love the lever key, or use your B flat thumb. So when we get to that, the G, F, the sounding G, F, which is fingered, the sounding D, high D to F, is what it's going to sound like. But we're fingering a G to B flat, is what we want it to sound like, and not the hissy sound. Relax. Hot air. Getting that air column down. Even on the high notes, you still have that feeling that it's down, but you're reaching a little bit forward and using that P sound. But your jaw is still in that low position. So it's good to start with that low note and then try to add the harmonic to get that beautiful sound, because we're trying to create lots of space inside our mouth, so we're getting a big resonating space. So again, the fingering the low G to B flat, okay? And then the next harmonic is fingering a low E flat, okay? This might be a new note for some people. So that E flat, they know they're a regular E flat, but you've got to add that first finger for this E flat and create lots of space. This one is a little more difficult to get. So I had to really think, oh, like I'm smelling a rose. If I don't, you'll get all kinds of other ones. So to get that actual harmonic, it's going to be very, very open inside your mouth. And think of this as an opportunity. So if that E flat one is not speaking the correct note, it's an opportunity to get a better sound. So once you can play that harmonic, then everything else is going to be better. So and the same thing on the F. The F will want to jump up to, which means your mouth is too closed. Okay, so the trick is that this opening needs to be small, but whenever you have a smaller opening here, often kids think of closing the inside of your mouth. And we get that tight, ugly sound. Or another thing that kids do is they roll in and get that tight sound. So if I try to do that harmonic, the fingering the G, B flat, E flat, F, covering too much. Oh, terrible. So and you can just stick the NumaPro on your flute and make sure you're doing it. So again, feeling like you're playing the lowest fan, but now you're going to change your lips a little bit. Keep this part and the openness there. Just bring your lips forward to kiss that red one. Okay, so important to try it while you're fingering it. And if you don't have a whole lot of time, I also just have the kids do this. Just finger it on the NumaPro, and that will also work. So I would like to just go ahead and play this for you in harmonics. Now, sometimes when you're playing with the harmonics, the Jingle Bells is going to sound a little bit different. So would just like you to hear what it sounds like, and then your students can play along. I'll play it slowly, okay? So with that second line, I think you're going to be surprised that when they're fingering that A flat, the E flat pops out really easy. It's going to be much easier than the F one. That's a very easy one. So it helps them just relax. Relax, create space to do that one. So this is just the first of 13 of these. They progress and become more difficult. And every time you have difficulty actually getting that harmonic, again, think of it as an opportunity to create a more full and beautiful sound. This is really key to developing a beautiful sound that's flexible and it's also fun. It's Jingle Bells. What's not to love about it? So I hope you or your students have a fun, great time doing this.